Hi, and welcome to my video on part 2 of the plaYeah Power-Ups to enhance your Thinkific student learning experience. In this video, I'm going to demo and show you how I've set up some of the elements from the plaYeah Power-Ups editor to show you how some little enhancements can be used to sort of nudge your students along, to hold them accountable, and keep them engaged and inspired. So one of the things I really love about the plaYeah PowerUps editor is that it really takes the Thinkific student learning experience to the next level. If you want to think about like how you've taken courses online in the past and how they're just very traditional and very kind of self-explanatory and straight to the point, like, you get your courses, you get an email, sort of like a check-in reminder. Well, plaYeah really is very fun and very what we call gamified. It really amplifies and up-levels your Thinkific student learning experience to the next level. So I hope you stay and watch sort of the ways that I set it up and some little suggestions that I have. And then at the end, I'll show you what it looks like on the student side. So let's get started. You'll want to it's the same way with any of the other power-ups, and I'll also include a link in the description below so you can check out the plaYeah power-ups and the other power-ups from Galvin, who is a Thinkific expert. So the same way as with all of his other power-ups, you have to go into your site builder, and then you would install these power-ups in your course. And so I will kind of give a little bit of a caveat in that there's so many different elements to the power-ups editor that you'll want to take your time and really think about how it fits in with your whole brand. Because a lot of these elements are very fun and very gamified, but they only work if you know your audience and you know what resonates with them. So maybe GIFs may work for some audiences, but they don't work for all. So really think through that and keep that in mind as you're designing and customizing your plaYeah power-ups. So once I'm in my site builder, I'm going to go to the custom pages and look for the plaYeah pop. I'm going to move my bubble here so that you can see. And so you see I've already kind of simplified and shortened the video so it's not too long. And so anytime you want to install it, you would go to add section and then search for the power pops, sorry. So power pops editor and the style editor, that's what you will select so that you can install these in your site builder. So I've only done pops editor for the sake of this video, but come back next week and I will demo how I've set up the style editor so that it really matches and how you can customize the style of your Thinkific dashboard so that it really mirrors the whole enhancements of the plaYeah power-ups as well as the other power-ups that you may want to consider installing. So that is how I've installed it. And now that I've installed it, you'll see that there's a lot of these, there's all these elements below: Confetti, remind, hold up, remind, support, remind, break, encouragement started, and encouragement progress. So what the cool thing is that these are one of the dozens of enhancements that you can add to your site. And so I've chosen these 6 as a demo for this video to kind of replicate sort of an experience that I would see for my Thinkific learners, or the learners in my Thinkific course. So I've chosen, and I'm going to show you that each of these has once you add each of these elements, there's so many more that you can search through, but each of the elements has to be customized in terms of style, text, heading, and they can be tailored so that it doesn't apply to just a generic, experience, but it's very tailored, it's very personalized, and not just to the student, but to the course, but also to the individual lessons. That's what makes this power-up really, really nuanced and very powerful, because there's so many layers in each power pops element that can be designed and very, very intentionally to support your students in the learning experience. So the idea is that I want to add elements from my Power Pops to sort of at the beginning of a course, in the middle of a course, maybe halfway through, depending on how students progress, and then at the end to sort of say, I applaud you and I'm going to cheer you on. So let's just take the confetti as an example. So the way I've designed this is, let's just show you how it looks. So this is all of the elements have these similar customizations, so you can customize it based on type. So what kind of element it is. This is a confetti, but you can also have it as a pop-up. It kind of depends on how you want it displayed on the screen. So I want to have it as a confetti, so I think confetti is fun, and I always want to start off my courses with this more playful element. So I've chosen the confetti for the display. And then here's the cool thing is the text is really personalized, so it always begins with the student's name, but you can also add more. So I can say, I can add after the name, we are excited to have you here, or great to have you join us. So that's just an example of the many ways that you can customize this so that it's very, very personal. And that's important because if you think about it, students really gravitate when they're learning online to something that's very personalized and tailored, because we all know learning online can feel very depersonalized and very isolating. So anything that you can do to make it personal and customized and very tailored to the individual and make them feel like they are a very human person, even though it is a very digital world. And then you can even add a subheading. So I just said, awesome, great to have you join us, and then awesome job, or say, I can even change it, say, so excited that you're here. Anything to make my students feel welcome and feel like it's a very personal experience. So once that's good, I make sure I'll just hit save. And then the cool thing is in the media. So this is kind of like at the beginning of a course, I'll have like a confetti, I'll have these kind of like personalized text, but I can also, take it to the next level and make it even more fun by adding GIFs. So I've taken this GIF from jiffy.com. You can also use Canva. You can also check out Lottie files. So that's the cool thing is that you can choose from animation or you can choose a GIF. So I've chosen this GIF, but if you have your own animation that you've designed, you can do that too. Remember everything is about personalization, so really keep that in mind throughout the entire process as you're creating this. And then the next thing is the call to action. So this is designed to sort of as a call to action to get students to take the next step. So in this, I have the confetti. I say, great to have you here. Share your wins or share why you joined this course with us. And then I can remind students that in this, after they've sort of started their first lesson, to introduce themselves on Facebook, in my Facebook group, or if you use Slack, whichever. The cool thing is you can take them to a custom URL, or this can be customized later on at the end of a course if you want to then use it as an upsell to say, hey, check out the next series in my course, and then you can take them to the landing page of the course that you want to upsell. But for the sake of this demo, I'm going to focus on this as a custom URL and then add my Facebook link. And the idea is I really want to hold my students accountable and make sure that they share their wins, but also introduce themselves so that they know that they're part of a larger community. And then once that's done, I can check the settings. Do I want it in a new window or same window? This is where I personally prefer new window. The reason why I chose new window is that oftentimes when you are learning online, you want to be able to have the flexibility of having one tab for your course and then another tab to sort of look up something, so that if I use the same window, then it sort of takes me away and kind of takes my focus off, and then I have to go back to my course progress, and it can kind of be a little bit frustrating. So I prefer a new window, but you can think about what works best for your learners. And then the cool thing is that the notification bar all of these settings can be customized, the color, the text. So really work through these details and think with your designer, your colleague, whoever is on your team, how the style really matches this whole experience, because these can be really customized, and you really want to customize this so that it really matches the rest of your Thinkific site or your website as well. And then once that's done, I can go to then course target. I can select which course I want this to apply to, and then I can choose from the set of courses or even bundles, but I've chosen this as a demo, this launch your course. And then the lesson ID is which lessons I want to apply this Confetti settings to. And here's where I can go here to my curriculum section, and I can pull up the different lessons that I want it to apply to. And each individual lesson has its own ID number at the end. So I would just copy these individual lessons and then add them in here and separate them by commas, and then click Save. And then once that's done, oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is that if you click on here, there is a copy code. You'll want to copy them into your site footer. And then that's how you know that this whole experience is really working. So now, now that I've already showed you that you copy the code, I'll show you where the site footer settings are, so that you, can see. Because I think it's important to sort of walk you through the whole process. And then I go to code and analytics, and then I can copy and paste it in here. So you see I already have the PowerUps installed. I don't need to hit save. Now I want to go back. Now in order to finish this, I'm going to now show you what it looks like as a student in this specific course. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to add is that these additional sections, you can always look for them in the add section. And then if you look at remind, so there's all these different elements that you can add to your course. So I have remind hold up, support, break, you can even add branch. So there's a lot of different details in each element, and really, it really is important to think through these different elements. So, and then I just want to also then show you that once I've added each element, they all are similar. They follow the same kind of setup, in that each element here has to be customized and applied to a specific course and specific lesson. And the reason why, I know this seems very repetitive, but the reason why they have it set up here like this is because not all elements really apply to the entire course. You may not want to have a call to action at the beginning of the course. You may not want to have a call to action in the middle. You want to really think through what the learning journey looks like for your students. Before I go into what it looks like as a student, I just want to remind you that it's important to even map out what the student learning journey looks like. What do you envision for your students? And when you have that kind of vision, it really helps make this whole experience so much clearer when you're in the process of designing it. So now let's take a look at what it looks like as a student. So now I'm in this course as a student, and I'm going to show you how the confetti really shows up and really kind of adds that kind of fun element or playful element to your course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, you see just there, it's so subtle, the confetti, it's kind of cool. And that's what I really like, is that, you know, I go back and forth and like, oh, this is so exciting. The confetti just like pops up onto my screen. And so that's just really the idea behind this confetti element in the plaYeah PowerUps editor. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for next week's video. And I'm going to show you the plaYeah Power Style Editor, and how the style goes along with the onboarding experience from the tour guide element and the Power Pops, and to sort of bring this full circle to give you the complete picture of how you can try to set up. The last thing I want to say is these do take time, so be patient with yourself. And also, the last thing, have fun with these because they are really neat, and they can really give your Thinkific students a bit of a differentiation in what your business and what you teach. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.